Pisces, it's Erin Scott here with your 2019 growth arc. What narrative, what themes are happening for you this year to prompt the appropriate evolutionary process for the Pisces encoded individual? This is for Pisces Sun and Pisces Ascendants, okay? So like last year, I am using the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle written by Alana Fairchild. Now, I don't always agree 100%. I haven't since I bought the deck with the articulations. She's a fabulous author, very intelligent, very articulate, and there's a lot of depth in these analysis, a lot of which I do agree with, actually. But there are issues here that might come up during my reading of this to you, and if that's the case, I'm just going to make some corrections according to my perspective, okay? So let's talk about the numerology first. Now, for you this year, you're receiving number 16. Grandmother ensures safe crossing. Okay, beautiful message, beautiful arc of growth for the Pisces archetype this year. 16, let's talk about 1 and 6 and 7, okay, because all of those numbers are energetically tied in to your unfolding story this year. 1 is about you. It's about the self. It's about your individuation. 6 is about several different things. It's about finances and family. It's about balance of heaven and earth. It can be associated with things like, for example, Betty Bethards, who wrote the Dream Book, associated the number 6 with, quote unquote, the white brotherhood. So there is this kind of element. 3, 6, and 9 are 3 numbers that are seen throughout natural systems. So 6 is imbued. It has a sacred quality to it. Thus, the kind of bringing together with the 6-pointed star of 3 points heaven, 3 points earth. So it's the merging of heaven and earth. But it does have to do with practical logistics as well. Okay, and a balance of, let's say, faith and practicality. It could even be looked at here, Pisces, as a balanced brain, right and left brain, connecting them for you through that corpus callosum, that midsection of the brain, the structure, which really is the seat of the soul. So there could very well be this real balanced process happening for Pisces. Not being too overly emotional or sensitive, not being too analytic or practical. There's a balanced approach here, and that's what I think this is talking about. The amazing thing, and the thing which I really want to point out to you, is 1 and 6 total 7. 7, as I've said in many of the other readings, because for several of the archetypes in 2019, 5 is coming up as an energetic constant for a lot of people, and so is 7. Okay, now Pisces, 7 is very appropriate for your archetype, I think, because 7 is about the great mysteries. It's about the trickster that is inherent in living systems. It's about the paradox. We can't quite know everything. Something might appear one way, but it's actually another. Physically, something might show up one way, but if we look deeper into the consciousness narrative below the physicality, there's something to be known there. So 7 is about the great mysteries, having faith in what we cannot see. And that absolutely applies to Pisces as a generalized archetype. So I'm going to read here from Alana. This is written from the perspective of Kuan Yin to you, this first paragraph. Pisces, you have a journey ahead of you. There is a particular path that you are meant to take, so that you shall be in the right place at the right time to encounter the experiences that you are meant to have and the people that you are meant to meet. This journey will lead you across the water, far away from what you have known. To bear the crossing of the water, you must lose sight of the shore. It is part of your destiny, your sacred life path, to take this journey. So although you may feel excitement or fear, worry or uncertainty about whether you are up to the task, know that it is meant for you, and the grandmother shall watch over you. She shall give you means for the journey and ensure that the crossing of the water is safely undertaken. Be light of heart, beloved, even as you may mourn what is left behind. For this journey is divinely blessed and will bring you great success. Before we go any further about the meaning of the cycle for you, I want to point out that terminology such as "this will bring you great success" is true and it's false. It's true in that everything that happens in your life experience, number one, you're prompting it. Your higher self, your inner narrative is prompting your own stories unfolding. So it is successful inherently in bringing you to your evolutionary process that's aligned for you. But you have to be careful. People have different perspectives about what success looks like, Pisces. And it is your free will choice about how you listen to your inner promptings, how you learn about yourself, how you are accountable for your own narrative, for your own belief system, for your own trusting your own emotional state and your own emotional guidance system to follow the bliss, to follow the optimal alignment for you. So it's your free will choice, Pisces, how this turns out for you. This is the meaning of this cycle in 2019 for you. There are times in life when we must cross the water if we are to grow rather than wither and retract. To grow requires courage, but offers the reward of radiance and fulfillment beyond what we have experienced. To cross the water implies more than simply taking a trip. It refers to a more life-changing experience of committing to and taking a journey. A journey is not only an external experience, it is an internal adventure too. Whilst a trip is interesting perhaps and gives us some nice experiences, but fundamentally leaves us the same person upon return, a journey changes us on the inside. A journey is as much, if not more so, about the process of travel itself, the internal growth that comes through taking a journey that leads us beyond what we have known and asks us to cross the water into new territory, is what marks it as a divine adventure. Such an adventure offers us opportunities to mature, to open our minds, to become wiser, more tolerant, more curious, and less certain of how life should be, quote unquote. I'm adding those quotes. We can experience ourselves in different ways. It can be uncomfortable but exciting. Certainly it will involve venturing into the unknown. We may have to leave behind support systems in many senses and become more reliant upon ourselves and the inner guidance of our heart. When a journey is meant to be, however, the Divine Mother will provide the necessary tour guide or person with greater experience to help you along your journey. If you have also drawn the Oracle of Sacred Sherpa guides you beyond, or feel intuitively the need to read the message and complete the process of healing with that card, then a significant aspect of this journey will be trusting in an experienced guide to help you through the journey. I'm going to stop there, Pisces. If what I just read to you, Sacred Sherpa guides you beyond, what I would recommend for you is for you to Google that card as part of the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle written by Alana Fairchild and see what you find online with regards to that. I did not pull that card for you, but you might feel drawn to that. This guide may be an actual person, or it may be information as well as spiritual protection that comes to you as needed. Even if you do not feel drawn to that card, this Oracle of Grandmother ensures safe crossing, confirms that whatever help or divine protection you need, it's there for you. It may just be that you experience it as a sense of invisible but palpable protection or luck or good timing, what I would say is synchronicity, to help you throughout your travels. The crossing of the water meant for you at this time, or eminently, may be in a physical sense. Opportunities to travel can arise where you choose to leave the home you have known to literally go venturing overseas. There are also other profound ways to cross the water that may or may not accompany physical relocation. These crossings of the water are where we leave behind a state of being or consciousness in favor of another. That we may include releasing a sense of self, of identity, of certainty about ourselves or the world, in order to bravely venture toward an as yet unknown destiny. And what I would say, I don't like the word destiny because it's actually not quite wholly accurate. What I would use there is your particular optimal alignment. What is optimal for you? What's the optimal aligned place and state of mind for you during 2019? We'll have little idea as to what we are doing, perhaps, or where we are headed at times. We will likely feel lost and out of place, sometimes not really feeling like we belong anywhere in particular, not really having settled or found our home or place in the world. Even in our place of birth, we may feel we are a stranger passing through. Having such experiences is a sign that a journey across the water is taking place, symbolic and internal, but just as real. The Oracle of Grandmother ensures safe crossing indicates that not only are you on a journey, but you must, let me reread that. Indicates that not only are you on the journey, but you must keep looking. So continue the process of the journey. You have somewhere to go, a home to find, but you have not quite found it yet. There is something more for you to discover about yourself and your place in the world. There is a part of you that understands this. Perhaps you have fought it, tried to fit in with the ways of those around you, yet you are urged to remain true to your yearnings of your soul and your optimal alignment as an individual Pisces. For those of you listening, this is about your individual natural orientation, your soul print, your soul structure. So you are urged to remain true to the yearnings of yourself and continue your adventures. Do not imagine that where you currently find yourself is to be your resting place. There is more for you in your life. Further adventure awaits you. There will be a sense that every life lesson you have struggled through and mastered will have bearing and offer support to navigate the journey you are taking now or will soon embark upon. The emotional component of your journey may include grief and feelings of insecurity as you let go of the familiar. The gift tantalizingly offered as the treasure you seek on your adventure will inspire you to move beyond what has been comfortable, to take a risk for the mere possibility that you could obtain your heart's deepest destinies, or deepest desires. Okay? So moving toward your deepest desires, Pisces. And live a life you truly know you were created to live. This particular journey and the discontent or curiosity about something more that triggers its beginning is meant to be. Reward will certainly come, whether it is the reward you imagine now or one even more wonderful and miraculous than you can currently fathom, that can only be determined in time and only realized through the experience. There are no guarantees given to how your journey will unfold, just that you have had all the preparations you need, even if you doubt your readiness, and that the ancient wisdom of the Divine Mother in the form of Grandmother will protect you. When the time is upon you, you will feel a stirring of discontent or a call of the wild to grow and expand. You are best to answer with a huge yes. So, Pisces, listen, this is going to be a year to listen. Listen to the inner promptings, to pay attention to the psyche, your internal psyche, and where it is naturally focusing. There's new adventure, new expansion is really calling the Pisces archetype this year. Now, for those that actually still have not ever had their natal chart thoroughly analyzed in depth, with your optimal alignment in this world. We're talking optimal career alignment. We're talking optimal alignment with who you are, your passions, why your wound sets are encoded, and what mastery arc is it driving you toward. You are encoded with a distinct narrative, each one of you as individuals. So for those that know my work or want to get to know my work, want to know themselves, want to get clear and free, You're invited to go to my website and learn more, read my testimonials. It is a year, this is the year for all of us to step in and do it. We're riding the wave now, everyone. So Pisces, I send you much love for your journey. Be in touch, to go deep, to understand yourself, to go into deep alignment process and deep self-inquiry process for those interested. You can learn about my work and connect. Much love. Bye-bye.